Alright, left most of you guys out of most of what I've done so far. And, well, reason for doing it is most people know how to do all that stuff, so I took that core support out. Maybe you don't, maybe you're one of those who don't know how to do it. Maybe you can watch when I put it back together. It'll be the opposite. So we just removed our power steering pump from right there. She's in the back. We got one hose left. Then I got to put a cap on. And of course we have our cooler that continues to leak into the pan. Now I was going to take this totally off, but I'm totally not gonna. So I'm totally just going to shove it over here underneath where the tire's at. Maybe not. Depends on if I can get it to go in that spot where the wires are at and the radiator, all the stuff's at. There we go. Alright, if you force it, it'll go. Alright, so I just shoved her down in there out of the way. Alright, because we're going to pull that engine straight out here. And I believe that should probably put some sort of cap on that. You got one? Remind me to put that cap on. Alright, so she's over here out of the road. The next thing I gotta remove is all these AC lines that run from here to there. Yep, that was fun too. My oil cooler lines are right here, so hopefully we don't tear them apart when we yanking the motor. Yep. You gotta get this screw out. The connection is down in the compressor, and it's really dirty down there by the compressor. You bring it in a little closer. See, it's filthy down there. A lot of road dirt stuff. So when I move them out of there, I like to put a plug in there. So I have some sort of, well, I'm not going to wash much of it off if I do it. I do have a can of brake clean I can wash some of it off, huh? That'll help with some of the debris on it. There goes $6 down the drain. Huh? And of course, you know, it's Chrysler, so I've got all those little red locks. The red locks and everything, so. I think that they thought I had a problem with connectors or something. And they do have a problem with their connectors. The problem is the wire size is so small that yeah, it's so small. Look at that dirt in there. You see that dirt in there underneath that connector? Holy moly. Yep. Alright, so let me unbolt some of this stuff here. I assume this This bracket here holds this bracket here, and that got that. It's trying to get this one sensor out. It's got a funny connector on the back side of it. That's really a pain in the butt to get loose. I got the lock up, but the button, when I push it, does not want to release the connector. Can you see how it doesn't want to? Kind of like moves back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There it goes. It's one of those funny ones though. Yep. This whole housing, I believe, we're going to end up taking off. Maybe not. Maybe this is part of that whole water pump, because he's putting a water pump on it. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. I got to drain these hoses, and so I'm going to take them off back at the back and totally remove them guys right out of the road. Yes, I am. That way we don't have any issues with that getting in the road. Sorry I did not bring you up here so you could see this, but just alone trying to get the hoses up is fun. Just trying to get the hoses up, guys. Let me get that pan over here. The one I have transmission fluid in. And brake clean. Yep, I do have a pan. Guess I have one of those people that think that I drain everything on the ground. They're out there. They're out there. Alright. Save your clamps because you might need them. I've done my share of engine jobs, and I find the best way to do that is to get myself a little tray, a little plastic Stanley thing, and then right up here on which departments everything is. You can get most of them done. There'll be some that you don't get done, but that'll help tremendously, especially if you have somebody helping you that just likes to take things out and set them on the tote, and then you're trying to figure out where they went. All right, so we got to get these lines loose here that I still haven't got done. Still got to get these out, and I forgot what I was doing. What was I doing, anyways? And you can do this job with minimum tools. And you're like, minimum tools? Well, I'm going to show by the time I get done with this job how many tools I had to have. And surprise you. Surprised I need a 16 for that. I don't have that. I did not bring it in yet to the mix. 13. 2 13s on the compressor. I remove all the line the connectors just as I'm closer to them. That's how I do it. I said I was close to that one there. I was close to that one. I was close to this one because I just got to do this. I got to remove these two plastic things. There's a fancy tool for that, but I don't know what happened to it. So I just use these guys and just slide up underneath it. Up underneath the bottom of the tree, pop her loose. Like that. See what I mean? See what I mean? Now this belt I took off, I need to mark the direction of it. I think it was squealing already, but if you mark the direction the belt was on, and then you go to and you put it back on that way, you can say that that's how I put it, that's how I took it off, and that's how I'm putting it back on. And if there's a problem with it, it's because you had a problem with the belt before I did it. The other thing you can do is just put a no belt on it. Way there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright. Hoses. I got lost over there. I was over there, wasn't I? I want to take those whole AC deals out of here, didn't I? I was almost running into a different piece that I was putting out. So I'll just use my impact. That's how I move. I'd love to get you guys in here on the pull, but it is way too hard to pull the camera, move the camera up and in and out and in and out and in and out. Take it from me. Take it from me. Plus you're on a cord right now because my battery's dead again. You know what I'm saying? So that was just the end of the AC line I just took loose over there. And you can if you want, because that's the H valve, and the H valve doesn't like stuff when it's touched. it's very fanatic about so I just put a piece of tape over it for now. I don't know if you can see that in there or not. Yeah, you can see the yellow tape. That yellow tape's to just keep bugs and such out of there. Such bugs and such. If that makes sense to you. Alright. Try to get all the connectors out of the way so you may be able to see some of the stuff I did. So we're just taking the bolts out of the AC compressor. So I already got it unbolted. I unbolt the line from there, and then I'm going to unbolt the compressor and put it out of the way, because you can yank the whole engine and then remove the parts if you like, and then you can also just take the parts off. Now we're going to replace this engine, so all these parts are going to have to come off anyway. So some of the tools I use that my 3/8 drive ratcheting wrench, but you guys can't see what I remember that, or can you? Or am I too low? Right here? Oh, I'm too low. Holy. Cut. And I just stuck those bolts in with also the AC stuff. What are you talking about? Well, I just stuck those in with the AC stuff, the AC connector stuff. So when you go to get the AC stuff, it's all in the AC. You know what I mean? And this is like bounced on around. Alright, so there you go. There's 2 of those guys off. And right there. Put that in the back, put some sort of plug in the hole, if I can find something. You know what I mean? If you can find something to put over these lines, it's good. I'm just going to try to put some tape over them for now. But that way when it's sitting in the back of the truck, no bug gets in there and decides to make a nest. This is 3M tape I'm using. That's what I got. So just put her around like that. Put some tape around her like that. Make sure she's all the way over like that. Though it's probably best to make sure that's all the way over, instead of just like, say you're doing something, say you're covering it up but you're really not. You may be looking at this going, is that guy going to replace these gaskets? Well, that's totally up to the owner. If the owner wants to replace them or not, because it's his truck and he's buying the parts. I know he doesn't want to do it again, so he might be buying some of those gaskets. I know that some of those gaskets you gotta take and match them up, so not all of them. We got some mosquitoes flying around here again. Middle of the day. I know that tape doesn't work the best on oily stuff, though. I have noticed so far. All right, one line off. One line off. Where are we at next? Compressor? Or the coolant lines I started? Let's finish this compressor up. That'll mean that I'm done with the AC stuff, right? I'm trying to get this little tree connector back here on the back side of the compressor out, and I don't know, I think I'm going to probably wreck it, but try not to. I don't know. Let's get this unbolted first, and then I'll have it out here so I can get that loose. Again, that's 13. Let me use this thing that I said I wasn't going to use. See if I can get it in there. There's not a whole lot of room in here for straight on stuff. See, you got to be right straight on it. It's not going to work on that one. Got one. Got one. And two. And the other ones are way back in the back corner. I'm sure. Yep, way back here in the corner. Yep. Anybody hear the horn blow? If I hear the horn blow, that's usually my wife saying she's got groceries to unload. You guys are seeing my compressor, not my face, but it is rather difficult to you know what I'm saying? It's on the difficult side. Is there 3 bolts? I think they put 3 bolts on this one. One in the back and 2 in the front. Would you believe that? It looks like to me they can. That one just can stay right in there. It's so dirty. The bolt runs through the compressor and he got 2 ears on it and left the space between it all. Why would they do such a thing? Again, these are all 13s, so 13 means the bolt head size. There we go. All right, so actually, I don't have to. Well, I am. I was going to tell you I wasn't going to take that grommet thing loose, but I was going to leave the bolt in there, but I can't because somebody's been bahaing with this thing down muddy roads. I don't know who would that be, but kind of everything's like covered with mud. It's majorly muddy. Wow, muddy. All right. Well, that opens up a lot of room in there, don't it? Get that out of the way, huh? Wow. And that's where motor ground down in there, so that's where that wire's got ground there. Yep. This guy needs to go away. And I need to pull those hoses off, like I was saying. So I'm gonna shut you guys down here and get to getting, because from your view you can't see much. And said I'm going to pull these hoses out and then I'll get this guy loose, a couple of these things off, and then I'll bring it back, huh? Alright, we've got to remove the heater hoses back there. They came down through here, got them gone. Got your alternator gone. And don't tell him that I put a little chip in his idler here, because he'll never know. Right? He'll never look. Alright? We're going to swap these things over. I'm going to swap most of the stuff over when get the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? I guess I should get the rest of that coolant out of there. But anyways, I got most of my wires loose, so now where I'm at on this side, I got to pull that tensioner off because I need to, and I have to pull off the harmonic balancer off. So I don't even know if I got a puller for that. I think you got a water pump for it, and I think it came with a water pump. Didn't it? I don't know. But I got some ground wires down here I can get loose. One right here. Should be 15 millimeter, what do you think? Yep. Yep. Now, do I take the bolt out and then leave the bolt in there? Or do I take the bolt out and leave it out? Any suggestions? Because we got to do the motor mounts too, so. if you know what I mean. This is one of those cab over motors, so in case you didn't know that. Alright, so got the ground wire loose. Right. I'm just gonna put the screw back in, ground wire's loose. I did all those tabs, and then it's got to go back that way and be disconnected, this other harness. And I got to disconnect all this stuff up here in through there. So I think this is like the end of the end for tonight. Which when you guys see this again, it'll be just like I didn't end, huh? 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 All right. So I get this pulley off. Pulley off. I got this guy off. I get this guy off. And then I gotta start working on the wiring up in here. I already got that ground off, remember, right? So then I gotta go underneath and remove the wiring too. I get all these coils disconnected. Yeah, I was gonna take and remove the coils from the valve cover. I think I'm gonna leave them on there for now. We can just remove the covers and switch it over to the other engine. I don't have the coupler tool for the fuel line because I don't have one. I got the owner picking me up. You're looking for what I'm talking about. It's right back in here, back there. You see my hand back there. So yep, the owner didn't like that I did that. They didn't like this here. He thought this is a transmission line that's hooked to this steering gear. He thought this is the transmission line. Alright, so yeah. And I got to do the scoochie-roo underneath the bottom. Let me get motivated on the motor mounts. Get the bolts lined up for that stuff. That lined up. And yeah. Wish I could bring you guys up in here closer, but I don't know if I can. You hear some noise in the background? It's because I got a fan on me, because it's not that warm, but it's warm. Guess you guys can see it back in there. I believe so. Shouldn't have my glasses on so I can see what's going on, but we're gonna wing it. I'm just gonna wing it. Tend to get rather what's the word I'm trying to say, stuck on there. I guess that's the best word to say. Stuck on there. Now you got all these little red locks on your fuel injector connectors. If you can see that one there. I'm trying to show you. By one of them, you got that little red lock on it. And then you can just push on the little tab, and for the most part they come off most of the time. Most of the time. I keep saying most of the time and they're all coming loose. There you go. I got the vacuum line off the power bank booster. You can take it both ways. You can take it both ways. Either leave it on the booster or take it off, and you can just set that up on top of the cowl here. On top of the cowl! Looks like I got most of this loose. Got these little things right here. Little plastic things that go down in the guy. Plastic things that go in the guy. You know what I'm talking about, but the guy. The guy is the valve cover. Them are a pain in the butt to get out. Pretty easy to break if you're not careful. I haven't broke one yet. And then I got, yeah. I'm waiting to the last thing to get the fuel line disconnected, and the reason behind that is the reason behind that is that I'm going to do some unbolting of the exhaust manifolds down in here, and I might have to use heat. So if you break fuel loose, anything to do with fuel loose, then you have that smell and then the chance of getting a fire going on. And it's probably not best to do that unless you want a fire. And I don't want that. Okay, so the thing I just disconnected now was a pickup for the distributor. You can see it right there. So it's got a red lock on it. And then you just push on the tab right there, which I can't do that. Push on the tab while I got you guys on. Now we got this whole wiring harness going down that way. So I would assume that that's probably just going to be a regular old piece of, you know what? POS. Yeah. And then I got to work on this side here too. Alright, let me get this disconnected. I'll let the camera run because in case I say some bad words, you might pick up on it, huh? You may pick them up. Pick them up. Oh, I can drop you down like that now, so you guys can see back in there. Yep. I would assume this whole throttle body here deal will have to come off too, because I'm sure that doesn't come with it. And this little vacuum line right here from this pod here over to here, which is part of the bottom of the throttle body, will have to be removed too. I already showed the removing of that wire connectors in previous footage. Then this guy here, somewhere's there, this end goes to the little box up there. I think I'm showing it. This goes to that end and this other end goes to the underneath the throttle body. You can just stick those guys up on top of the cowl too. Stick them right up there in your cowl. That way you don't lose track of them. Because you might. I did find my connector tool, but I left it at the garage. I have two garages, one up by the house, and I have this one down the back. This is the garage that my wife wants me to have because I can do all my stuff and not be bothered. Not be bothered. She won't be hollering for me every 20 minutes saying, "Hey, can you do this for me? Do that for me?" But there's 3 or 4 of those little barb connectors I'm talking about. Yeah, and they're quite. I was going to show you how to get that connector loose back there, but I already forgot. Maybe I get it unconnected and then I can show you. Huh? Maybe. Maybe not. There. Alright, so let me bring it back in there since I have to do this video right. Alright, so right between that red connector, right there, that red connector, and there's a spot in there, you push in there, and this will come apart. Alright, that's what she looks like. And then the other part looks like that. Alright, it looks like to me, I would say that it's just on the back side of the engine. And this is the fuel connector I was talking about. Yep, and there's a little tab that distributor connector goes. And then talking about these little barb things, these little guys right here. See, it slides down in that little hole right there at the end of it. These are a pain in the butt to get off. And I suggest you not break them if you don't have to, because they are pretty nice design. And if you're into designs. If you're into the designs, alright, so this guy's all loose. And I have to remove these connectors and the same over here. And then it goes to your ignition, your module up here. So let me get all these loose. Looks like I got one more little air connector back here I got to disconnect. I'm pointing the camera at it, but I don't have the viewfinder pointed at me, so I assume you guys are seeing that. That's looks like a weird thing to get loose too. Huh? What I do for a video, huh? Trying to get you guys down in here so you can see what's going on. Whew. Majorly pain in the butt. I hope you're happy. Hope you're happy. Happy, happy, happy. Same thing here. Same thing here as I did on the other side. I push these connectors. This whole big old harness is in the road, so that, I'll tell you, you're not going to find that So you are not going to find that. If you do find it at a junkyard, it'll be cut to pieces. And yeah, it will be guaranteed. Because these guys at the junkyard, they butcher stuff mad. Mad do they butcher stuff. Butcher, butcher. I got the butcher. So these ones have not been apart yet. So you can tell that by, oh, they don't slide apart easily. Yep. Yep, you just get underneath the bottom and push them up. And they'll break if you're not kind of gentle on them. There's that one there. That one there is going to be a P. The POS. You know what the POS is? Yep. Alright, so we almost have all of them disconnected. Whoa. Okay, there's that. There's that. Now I gotta get my orange toolie. You guys got my orange toolie? I use this thing. I use this little pry bar thing, this with a handle like that, to get underneath these and lift them up. Okay, there's only one left. All right, there's all that. All that. So this harness here all goes to that over there, and I might be unplugging it and removing it out of the way because well, let me show you what it looks like. Because you don't want to damage any of it. Okay, so it goes from here over to the, and then it comes over here. Let me get you that way. Then it comes to this connector here, and then it runs up to the ground. Up there. Up there. Up here. Alright? And once you do that, then this whole harness can be moved out of the way so it doesn't get damaged or any of that. Okay? So I might be doing that. Because right now with this, it's kind of like going around the backside of the engine. Catch that. It's going way back down there. Alright, so I got to get the harness underneath here, wherever it's going down underneath here, down underneath there. Alright, so we're done in here. Oh, other than that one connector back there that I didn't get out. I don't even know how to get it out there. It's just something back here. Pushing down on it, pulling on it, and it ain't doing nothing. Nothing. What are you guys doing out there? How you doing out there? You surviving? Enjoying the heat, hopefully? Enjoying the summer? Summer? Oh, there it is. I found it. Let me bring it down so you can see exactly how to unplug that one. Maybe one person might want to know. Alright, so let's bring you up in here. Alright, so right there in the center there's a little tab. Are you salting it? Are you salting? Are you salting it? Can't tell. Alright, it's right there in the center. There's a little tab that pushes down. Then this will come off. And so, let me bring you back here. And then, let me get you. Get you. Ooh. She's going to be bugger. There she goes. There. Did you salt it? Yep. One little tab right there in the top. Pretty easy going. I don't know what it is. I have not a clue what she be. There's another harness back there going to something. It might be just that barb that goes to the other side or something. Alright. That's that one. I'm going to shut you guys off and get you remounted down so you can see what else I'm doing underneath the bottom. Underneath the bottom. Alright, so we're draining the oil of the request of the core company. And that's what they want done. Alright, so that's what we're doing for them. I don't know how long we're going to let her drain, but we'll let her drain for a little bit. You know what I mean? Now, they told us that it's $1,000 core or something to the effect, and it depends on if it's damaged or not. And then I had the brains of the outfit here read the fine print, and they're not going to give you your core money back until they get the engine back, so they can evaluate that you didn't send them a blown up engine back in the crate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's no surprise to most of us that have been working on cars for a while. They tell you one thing and get you hooked in and send you the engine, and then you find out that it's a little different than what they said after you've already dealt with them. But not everybody's honest. Yeah. Not everybody is honest. Right, so we're going to let that drain for a bit. And I got to get down there. I got a starter back in here. I got to remove back in there. The starter's right back in there. Let me show you where it's at. Back up in there. Back behind that motor mount. Back in there is a starter. Salted. Yeah, salted. I gotta remove that deal down in there. Yep. Looks like the bolts come from the other end though. That would be nice. That'd be nice that they're coming from the other end. I gotta figure out which way this wiring harness is hooked up to something else back here or something probably. They don't. I don't think they think things through before they make these things. That's what I'm finding. Alright, I'm going to try to bring you down there, but this tripod's too tall. But I'll try it anyways. Yeah? There's the starter. You can salt it. It's hard to drive shaft and everything's in the road here. Yeah, there's like one screw up in there. Right there, one screw right there. Yep, one screw there. That's the shield from the exhaust. And looks like to me that these guys will. I'm thinking I'm going to just try to drop that whole starter right out of there with the wiring harness on it, and then remove the wiring harness from it. Because looks like to me it'd be better. Looks like two 15mm bolts is the only thing that holds it in. One here, and one up there by my other finger, right there. That's the only two that holds this guy in. And then I can drop him down, I assume. Yeah, looks like that whole harness. That harness, if you can get it yet, that harness there, it comes from the front. It's hooked to that. So let's get something and get them buzzed out of there. Huh? Huh? Stay tuned. Don't turn me off yet. Just getting good.